What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Welcome to the channel where you get daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum every single day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think and where we're headed. And let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. Disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Make sure you read it, and always remember this is my opinion, not yours. Let's get into the markets, see what's going on. I also want to remind you there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community. And let's look at the pre-markets. So the pre-markets, the Dow is up 914 points. So we'll probably have a pump today, and we'll take a look at the Dow Jones too at the end of the video. We've been watching that kind of closely. I'll talk about that a little bit and see where we might be headed. Let's look at the fear and greed index. We are at 9, extreme fear, and that's showing that there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to short here, which will probably get us up higher, and we'll talk about those targets. We are down 3 points from yesterday. And let's take a look at the monthly real quick. We have the 55 EMA, or the 55 EMA all the way down here on the monthly. We are currently having a nice rise up. I get extremely bullish if we pass 92, and then again if we pass 10.5, I would say we are in a huge bull run. But don't get too excited, guys. We could still have a nice correction after this. So let's look at the weekly. At the weekly, we have got a bounce off of the 200 EMA here. The EMAs are still looking bearish on the weekly. The 13 will cross the 55 if we don't continue this pump, but we could continue all the way up to the 7,700 to the 8,200 range. We're going to talk about that. I do want to point out we've been talking about this red support and resistance line on the weekly RSI where we capitulated down past it in 14, popped back above it in 15, tested it for support and continued on. In 18, we capitulated past it, popped back up in 19, tested it for support and fell back through, and now we are back above it. So keep an eye on this. That's going to be a huge key into what's going on. Now let's look at some targets here. First off, we had this rising channel here that we popped down out of. And currently we are back inside of it on the daily. The daily's looking pretty good, guys. The thing I'm worried about here, we should know we're getting our correction when the daily stops. If it stops up in this range and we get some bearish divergence with the price action not getting all the way up past this. So keep an eye on that. I do think there's going to be a correction, a decent sized correction coming up, but we will talk about the targets first. We had our target yesterday of 64, and we stopped there, paused for a while, blew through it, and currently we are headed towards the 21 EMAs around the $7,000 range, which will also give us some psychological resistance there. But other than that, we're looking pretty good. And remember, the other day I'd said if we could get above 54 and get support, which we did, that would be a good sign, and then we would start heading towards these next targets. And we'll take a look at that now. Let's take a look at the RSI first on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, let me get this out of here. We won't need that anymore. Yeah, let me get that out of there. All right, so we're looking at this falling broadening wedge. Whoops, which we popped out of right here. And we talked about it yesterday, coming back down and testing it for support, which we did. And I do have this trend line up top that I think is going to be our major resistance. But remember, when we hit these, we usually get resistance on the price action. We may come down, reset a little bit, and continue higher. So keep that in mind. But as of right now, that's going to be around the 71.87 range to be the top of that. And we may hover around here for a while and continue on up to our measured move targets. Let's look at those. I don't know what is going on with my computer today. There we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. So we had a measured move here. Measure this triangle from the widest point, and we bring it over to What the hell am I doing here? Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on or where my measured move went. There it is. Get it out of there. All right, let me put the triangle back in its spot. All right, so we were watching this. Let me get it lined up here. And our measured move of the breakout there was right up to the 81.23 range, which is in the golden pocket zone. Also, you can see all the confluence here. So that is my high target there. We are going to see some resistance, and keep an eye on the 71.87 area, which is also the 0.5 fib retracement. So we'll most definitely get some heavy resistance here. And then we have our 200 EMA over here right around the $7,600 range. We also have this red support and resistance line at 77. We'll definitely see some heavy resistance here. I would start looking for our reverse somewhere around between the 72 and 77 range. But I still believe we're most likely coming up to the 81.23, and that tells me that it's possible that the Dow Jones is going to have a pump today. Also, if you guys are interested in trading, I have trading links down below. By using my links on any of them, you get a discount, and some of them you get bonuses for signing up with, so definitely check them out. Also, check out my wife's webpage, inkyorimage.com, where she makes these t-shirts. It's quality material, not the junk that you see on a lot of other channels, and we actually make them ourselves. So another thing, I'm using Dudex right now. Here's the trade I'm in right now. I'm up 60%. Check out Dudex. They have some cool features. They have calculators to figure out your trade. Risk Manager, that is great for new traders or if you're new traders. I'm going to be making a tutorial on that in the next day or two, so keep your eyes open for that. And let's go into the 1 hour now. Same thing, our target's up here, and I cloned this trend line down here and put it up top on top of these wicks. That would line up with around the 76.70 to hit the top of this. If I have that in the right place, it could go up. You guys get the idea. So anyways, as of right now, my target is looking towards the 7,200, 7180 to 7,200 for resistance. Once we break through that, and if we can get support on it, next target's around 76.77 and ultimately the 81.50 range, possibly 82. And the reason being, if you guys see these trend lines, I've pointed them out before, but those of you new to the channel, all these trend lines is I made it off of the support line coming down off of the whole move. I cloned it and I put it up off the wicks over here. And as you can see, it's acted as support and resistance all the way up, then all the way down. And I believe we'll have the same thing once we hit it again. We may have a correction. It's going to take a while to push through these. So that's what I'm looking at here. As you can see right now in the hourly, we are making bearish divergence. But I wouldn't be too worried about that right now. We can still reset and continue up from here. So let's go into Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin, then we'll go into Ethereum and then the Dow. Litecoin, same thing. My target is 52.76. And if you look at this trend line off of the wicks down here, that would be coming up to retest that trend line. Ultimately, we're going to get some resistance at this top trend line coming down here off of these wicks. That's going to be around somewhere around the $46 range. And then obviously we're going to get resistance at the 0.382 at the 47.50. If we can break through that, get support, I believe we're headed up to my target of 52.76, which is going to be lined up pretty close with the 200 EMA here, and also coming to retest this trend line. So keep in mind, if we blow through that, we could be looking at the 55 to 61. The golden retracement zone is around 61 up here. Ultimately, the 0.786 is 71.75, but I would not even think about that unless we get through the $52.70, $53 range. Same thing with Litecoin or Bitcoin. We do have the 0.786 all the way up at around the $91.50 to $9,200 range if we were to surpass the 81.50. But let's take it day by day. That's what we do here. Keep up on it. But that's what I'm looking at with Litecoin, and the same thing on Litecoin, we had this falling wedge, which we broke out of, and most likely be topping out up here. And that could be the 47.53 range for Litecoin. If we could, the RSI could come back down, reset, and come back over to do our push to 52.76. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's look at. Don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe and leave your comments down below. Let's look at our measured move here. I didn't even look at Litecoin as the measured move. Same thing on this triangle. If you guys have been watching the channel, I'd said until we broke this triangle, there was no good trades. Obviously, we have decent trades now. And that measured move is the 52.76. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, same thing, guys. We broke out of the wedge over here in the RSI. I love my RSI. Anyone that is using tons of indicators, don't have the RSI on there, you're making a huge mistake. All the other indicators, in my opinion, are noise. Just clutter your charts and give you 50 different opinions. One will say one thing, another will say another. I don't like messing with that crap. But 178.83, and these targets aren't exact to the dollar, guys, but somewhere in this range, and that would line up with the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. But as of right now, we're going to have to watch for resistance on this trend line here, right here on the top, and that is around 151. If we break through that, get support, 166 is the next target, which is 0.382 fib. And then the 178.83, if we're able to break past that. The 0.5 is at 199. And the golden retracement zone is around 214 to 220. 214 to 220. The 214 would line up with the top of this trend line here, but we'll see what happens there, guys. We have broken through this bottom trend line, and hopefully that'll hold as support as long as we don't drop below around 148.50. That's what I'm looking at. Still looking at these higher targets, guys. This is my main target here, 178.83, as long as we can get through the 166.44. Let's look at the Dow Jones real quick. I'm going to look at my trade one. We are up 69.33%. Beautiful. So anyways, the Dow Jones, we had this resistance line up top, support on the bottom. We broke the support at 23.50, right around 23.4, right around that range. And we had a measured move just by measuring the channel coming down. This is my target for the Dow, 16.888. Somewhere in that range. Again, it's not exact to the dollar. Most likely we'll get a little support around the 18.4, possibly come back up, retest, and come back down. But as of right now, like I said, the pre-markets are looking pretty good. If we can get past this 20,500 point mark, we could get up to the 20,800 if we break through there. 21.5 right at the 8 EMA here. But as you can see, all the EMAs crossed over bearish. It's looking pretty bad, guys. I mean, the highest I see us going is 23.3. But if we pass this 23.454 and get back in this, then all this is reversed. But I don't see it happening, guys. Highest I see us going today would be around the 22.3, but I really don't see that. I do see the 18.4 probably by Friday, in my opinion. It may be the 16.8. It's looking bad, guys, period. It is not looking good for the Dow. Anyways, that's what I'm looking at, guys, and a lot will depend on what happens today. I'm sure the Dow will pump a little bit, help Bitcoin continue up. Bitcoin's looking really strong right now. Yeah, I'm up 70%, so it's a great day for trading. If you are trading, don't forget I have links down below. Check them out. If you're new to trading and want to play with it, never put in more money than you're willing to lose. Be responsible, and check out Dudex and it's right over here, the Risk Manager tool. Check it out. Like I said, I'll be doing a tutorial on all that. Watch for it. Don't forget to hit the click the CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash the like button, leave your comments, and I'm out. Thanks, guys.